Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Nizam of House Zunbil. And a lot of stuff happened in that last episode. Most notably, we gained ourselves two new wives. Indeed, our first wife, and, someone whom we have some level of affection for, certainly, has unfortunately been unable to bring forth an heir for us, which, although, not something that we can really do much about, we have unfortunately had to look elsewhere to securing the future of our dynasty, and that means finding ourselves a few new wives. Now, we did have another wife at one point, Mabest here, who was our childhood crush, who cheated on us and ran away with her lover. You'll all remember that story. But our new wives are Valia Parwana here, who actually inherited the lands of Herat from her sister, who died in childbirth. So this was actually quite an advantageous alliance for us to get. It was very timely how things worked out there, and just goes to show how shrewd of a diplomat our character Nizam is. 42 diplomacy, the Lord of Zamindawar. Indeed, he is the Lord of Zamindawar. But yeah, our current wife, she is unfortunately facing some threats here, trying to take the Valaya of Sabazvar. So even if she loses this, she's not going to lose all of her lands. And you can see that they are about to siege down her capital. Whether we can win this war or not probably depends on whether she gets captured or not once this siege takes down, which it will probably immediately upon starting time here. But she'll probably only lose this, so she'll still have some lands and she'll still have claims. It's still an advantageous alliance here for us. Another advantageous wife here is Shaktot Golbahar, and this is the daughter of the current Amire Amiran of the Saffarids. Even though we do want to essentially overthrow the Saffarids, kind of definitely push off their influence here, break free of the yoke of our Saffarid overlords here. Although that is something we want to do, being the politically minded person that we are, we understand that we need to play the politics within this kingdom of which we are a part of if we want to ever have a chance of succeeding and breaking free in the future. So getting ourselves a wife here who is one of the daughters of the current ruler of these lands is obviously, something that's going to elevate us in the eyes of our fellow vassals. And that's going to be obviously very important because these people, these lords, and probably mostly lords, I was going to say lords and ladies. I don't think there's many ladies ruling these lands. We need to do our best to get them onto our side if we decide to act against our Saffarid rulers in the future. But in any case, that's you getting caught up on things here. We need to see how this siege is going to go, and it does appear that our wife was taken prisoner, which is essentially going to end this war. So we'll see. She's going to lose these lands here, I believe, but she'll still keep one county. My overbearing wife, is she really overbearing? I mean, she's a little arrogant, but imprisoned is a cruelty. So she's left the prison. There we go. The war was lost. That's unfortunate. So now she's just completely surrounded. She should probably just swear fealty. That would be the smart move. But if she does not, and she loses the rest of her lands, that will be unfortunate, but not the end of the world. She'll still have claims. Those claims will pass down to her son if she has one. So we'll just have to see how that all plays out. But still an advantageous alliance here that we got. So I'm not too worried about it. We're gonna go and assist our allies here by attacking the forces of Merv. No, the forces of the Faravids. We are allied with Merv here. So in any case, I think we should be doing fine. Accomplished Forger. Fabricate claim on county speed. This could be quite useful, actually. Unlocks the buy artifact claim interaction. Oh, I like that. And unlocks the bloody grand wedding. I wonder if we could... Oh, I wonder... Do we pull off like a red wedding against the Saffarids in the future? That could be crazy. get a marriage between like maybe his one of his sons or one of our daughters or something like that, and pull off a red wedding. What do you guys think of that idea? Certainly possible. I mean, I don't know if our character would do that. We are just so, but ambitious. Just ambitious. I don't know. Is it just to, slaughter all the rulers of, these people who are oppressing you and your people? Maybe. Depends on who you ask, I suppose. I kind of want to catch this army here, this allied army that's coming in, before they get to our ally, or their ally, I should say. So we'll see how that plays out. Once we finish this allied war, we can consider our next options. We do have claims here, and I think this is probably running out soon. A few more months, and we'll be able to take our next little bits of land as we move towards Kabul. You know what? It wouldn't be so bad if we did get the duchy claim on here. That would actually be pretty good for us. I don't think we're going to get them before they reach their allies here, unfortunately. And that force is a little bit too big for us to take on our own. So I'm going to meet back up with our ally here. Can we not go? Nope, we can't go that way. Argavan was taught a lesson in vassal management. Good, trusting. That's a fine trait. I don't want to risk hitting them, so I'm going to actually join up with our allies here. I'm going to speed time up just a little bit as well. So, yeah, I think that our kind of immediate plan is just to kind of build power, build prestige, continue to move into Shahi, take our traditional lands in the mountains of Afghanistan, prepare our capital in Kabul, and then we can start really considering what we're going to do with the Saffarids in the future. But we're being removed as the marshal, which is fine because we are not well suited for the marshal position. But we could easily go and defeat them, See if maybe if I attach my army to them, they'll risk going in. There we go. Learn language, no more room. Learning Vrichata is hard, really hard. I feel like there's no more room in my head, it's full. As soon as one word enters my mind, another falls into the abyss of forgetfulness. I struggle with every lesson, I'm making no progress. Fortunately, Amon is always there for me. You are always there for us, Amon. Keep it up, my implacable friend. I believe in you, he keeps saying. I really am blessed. I can always lean on Amon for support. He becomes our best friend. Well, thank you, Amon. You know what? He might be a madman. He might be almost completely insane from 50 years or however long it was up in the mountains by himself. But he somehow has become our most trusted confidant. And you know what? There's no one like him. That's for sure. So thank you for assisting us in our language learning, Amon. Oh, looks like our enemies are getting themselves into... You know what? This is probably a good opportunity for us to engage them with our army, even though it's a little bit smaller. But if they're getting hit here, then we should probably come in. They still got... Oh, that's a different one. All right, let's see if we can... move in and take one of their forces while they're still like split up here. Potentially not, but looks like we're doing some sieging down of them as well. So once we get their capital... Oh, that gave us a big boost. Oh no. There's a deep and endless hole in my heart. Amon was a constant companion and confidant, and to have him ripped from my life feels like a mortal wound from which I will never recover. My hand clasps a note he gave me, the last note he will ever give me, I realize bitterly. I try to read it, but all I can do is move it away from my face that the precious words contained within it are not washed away by my tears. Though there is a crowd of many mourners around me, I've never felt so alone. I'll never forget this day. I need to be strong and move forward on guarding heartache for 30 years. I mean, no matter what, we're gonna take some stress here. So let's hope that we can experience a little catharsis. We experience some level of catharsis. We still get a critical stress break here, which is troublesome. But yeah, I mean, poor Amon. So Amon has passed on, but he will definitely be remembered. This was quite the character. He was an integral part of our life for a large portion of it, and he will not be forgotten. He does leave behind 2 daughters and a son. His son Obadon here, who I think we will actually educate ourselves. Maybe we'll turn him into a Zunist. We should be able to do so. I'm not going to convert his faith or convert his culture. We'll just secretly convert his faith later on. But we'll raise him ourselves. And you know what? I could probably even arrange a marriage between him and, one of our daughters, maybe our youngest daughter, He might be, he does come from a noble family. So it's not, it's definitely not something we would necessarily avoid. So there we go. We can marry our youngest daughter once they are of age, of course. And his other daughters, we'll make sure that they are treated well, and maybe we'll find them some good husbands among the people of our court as well. Definitely, we will keep an eye out for suitable prospects for them. So, in any case, the war continues here. And if only we could draw them into battle. Oh, look at that. They are getting drawn into battle, and they're losing. I would love to hit their army as they flee here. I wonder if they're going to flee over to here. Ooh, the Mars Panate of Kabul. I would rather get the entire duchy claim, but we do need the claim on Kabul. 78? Oof, we don't have a lot of money for it. But I'm going to do it anyways. I'm willing to go into a debt a little bit for this. Money is a little bit of a problem for us. We don't make a lot. So, unfortunately, Amir Muhammad is not around anymore. It is a shame. I was looking to him for how to pitch my accent while learning Rachada. That said, no need to cut my study short. I need to find someone else to emulate. Thakur or Amir? Which one of you is the most powerful? Probably this one here, Amir Ramadeva. So that's who we will go to. He's young. Maybe we can. He'll look up to us potentially. All right, they're coming. They're coming for us. Can we? Oh, we might be able to. We might be able to win them in this fight here. Oh yeah, we split their army in half. Excellent. And we have successfully learned this language. Perhaps we should send him a letter. Indeed, why not? I impress Ramadeva with my knowledge. Excellent. There you go. This fight might... Oh, it's so close. 99%. Almost have this war finished with here. So our genius diplomat here is... there we go. War is won. Disband all. What's going on here? This is an army peasant revolt against our liege, I suppose. Nothing for us to really worry about. We can now focus on getting our money back and really planning for the future. Children like guardians. Oh, I suppose we can have our wife can raise our daughters. Our primary wife. We haven't decided. Whoever gives us our son, whichever one of our wives gives us our son, is probably going to become our primary wife. I think that's only reasonable. But our first wife is trying to trying to seduce us. So your strong arms are the balm for my weary soul. I really want to find shelter in your embrace, that I may know how you smell. Stop resisting, you will be mine. It's oddly charming. Is she trying to insult me? Maybe it is oddly charming. We will, like, accept her advances here. Argavan has... Oh yeah, we're definitely going to try to convince more of the Amire Amiran's daughters to follow Zhun. Unpleasant pleasantries. We'll take a look at our perks in a moment. When I sent out invitations to dance, I was looking forward to an evening of good company and frivolous fun. Instead, I found myself stuck in a dreadful conversation with my vassal, Naib Morteza. I think the Lord has had enough, a woman interrupts. It's Amir Farana. I can't tell you... Can't you tell you're boring him, Naib Morteza? Indeed, I have had quite enough. I'm not staying... Oh, we could lose the stress. Losing the stress would be good. So yeah, we won't stay a moment longer than we... Thank you for getting us out of that conversation, dear wife. Here we go. We can get diplomat, which actually gives us +3 diplomacy, which is an independent ruler opinion, +20. That's excellent. And personal scheme power is going to go way up. So this is actually... we are like a diplomatic god at this point. 46 diplomacy. Our opinion with basically everybody else is just going to be incredibly high. Like, look at all these people. Even if they're of a different religion, a different culture, everybody respects us. You know, what is even the Roman emperor has some respect for us if he knew who we were. He obviously does not. But in any case, yeah, we are doing quite well for ourselves. Got to get that money back. It'd be nice if we could... I'm actually tempted, now that we have finished this one off, it would be good to go... No, we're going to go to August, at least, to get True Ruler. But at some point, it might be worth... Well, actually, we don't need True Ruler right away. That's the thing. We're not going to use that till later in life, once we've broken free and are possibly independent. So it might be worth it to go on wealth focus for a little bit. So we could potentially get, maybe like Taxman... Yeah, Architect could be quite good for building up our capital later. So I'm actually tempted to do this one. We're going to do Wealth Focus so we can get some money and some good events there. But we're going to go down the Architect tree. So this is us. You know, we see that our coffers are in dire shape. You know, we are an esteemed diplomat, but we understand that finances are an important part of the way that our kingdom must be run. So we are going to put some focus on developing that element here and, you know, ensuring that we have a steady flow of money. I'd love it if our liege made us the steward. We are technically better than the current steward, or far better than the current chancellor. But we'll see. We'll see what positions he offers us. Probably spy master again, the one position in which we're terrible at. But in any case, you can take a look at that battle that we won there. Nothing of great interest here. It was an easy battle. So we just need to... We are in debt. I know I'm in debt. I would like to get out of debt. Increasing control could be useful as well here. Farouz has come to Zamindawar to give his spurious logic for taking over as the leader of House Zunbil. I am polite enough, embracing him before the talks. He speaks on the history of our house from the days of Bar Hatakin to the present, and I wait patiently for the crux of his argument. At last, it comes. Kinsman, you are yet young and inexperienced with much to learn. So it's my youth, is it? Perhaps he is right. We're 27 years old. We're quite capable. He is 46, you know, he's got a little bit of age on us. But frankly, I think that as an emir, as a lord who is, you know, has the ear of the ruler and has taken and conquested lands and taking some of our ancestral homelands, I think that it's obvious that we are the one who should be leading this house. So that is what we will tell him. And he has no choice but to accept, obviously. So
Are we able to deal with the lands of Shahi? We are. This truce is done. So we can... We cannot declare war while in debt. This debt, yeah, it's a good thing that we were focusing on building up our money here. Mental break, haunted by the past. I sit brooding over my throne with my heart heavy with memory, mulling over things I did years and years ago. Did I work hard enough back then? Did my toil avert trouble or cause it? Have I ever truly done the right thing? My heart throbs. Why would Zhun task me with ruling if he knew it would make me this miserable? Hashish will soothe my troubled nerves. We could go into a stupor for a few years. We could gain fogging hard memories for 10 years. That's a little bit rough. But I don't think we can afford taking more stress than that. So yeah, we'll delve into the hashish for a little bit here. Oh, it's because our mother died. That's unfortunate. We've lost a few people here close to us in this episode. No wonder the stress is getting to our young lord. We'll have to probably do a feast at some point here. But once again, the money problems. Lord Nizam, my rowdy sunbeam. Well, maybe our wife is going to reduce some of our stress here. Slay a wolf and bring me its belt. That could help our money problems. Jeweled necklace. Rare orchid. Learning, prestige. I don't want her to like steal somebody's necklace. That doesn't really make a lot of sense. I'm not going to ask her to slay a wolf. So bring me an exotic orchid. She refuses. Well, guess maybe you don't want to woo me that much, do you, Farhana? Maybe one of our other wives will attempt to woo us instead. Guess we'll see. Got to keep that position as primary wife. But like I said, whoever brings forth a son will essentially be put into that position of prestige. But so far, none of them are. So I guess we'll have to wait a little bit longer before we know who our heir shall be. So, I let a little bit of time pass, but it appears that our wife Golbahar is pregnant. So, potentially, if she brings forth a son, he will be descended from the Saffarids, which is, not exactly how we would have hoped for things to go, but it's not the worst outcome, I suppose. We might hate the Saffarids, but we will use whatever prestige and place we can to accomplish our goals here. All night I've been sharing hashish with my fellow vassals and boon companions until the sun has risen. While I steal the last of the hashish cakes, Vali Mahmud pulls me aside in my giddiness. If Amirs Mutatsib see like this in the bazaar, he will arrest you and give you the lash. He would give me a lash in Amir? I don't know about that. Rest here indoors until the Duhir prayer in the afternoon, then go when you are sober. I am probably butchering all the pronunciations here. I don't think that would be... I return home safely. Yes, you know best. We can afford to spend some prestige. Yes, you do know best. I am quite sure. We do lose a little bit of stress, which is nice. Maybe we're close to getting down a level there. As I enjoy a relaxing bath with my Mufti Murad, he suddenly brings up a more serious matter. My lord, he whispers, last night Vali Feruz of Bost was here in the bathhouse with an entourage of unshaven miscreants and drug-addled delinquents. They then engaged in acts I could scarcely bring myself to describe and proved unwilling to be evicted from the premises. And this is far from Veruza's first offense either. He pauses, looking apprehensive. You should denounce him before his proclivities become a stain on the whole house. Interesting. Very well, I shall rebuke him. We could denounce him. What would that do? He becomes denounced. Interesting. You know what?
he comes here claiming to be, this is probably what happened when he came here to ask to be the head of the house. He got denied, and then he goes and causes like a ruckus in my city. Very well, I shall rebuke him. Yeah, indeed. Exotic Espand. My wife Farhana has the habit of burning Espand seeds to ward off evil forces. But now she claims that my wife Golbahar has cursed her with, oh my gosh, the drama. Cursed her with the evil eye and stolen her supply of S-Band. Golbahar, of course, denies all knowledge of the matter, but Farhana seems completely focused on acquiring new S-Band to rid herself of the supposed curse. Please, my lord, she begs. A magi told me about a sacred mountain in the city of Surtar. Only there does the best S-Band flowers bloom. You must send for them for me. Put your faith in God, not silly superstition. I will send the best scouts gold can buy. We cannot afford that. I will send Mufti Murad to go get it for you. Can you not pick normal S-Band like everybody else? I mean, she is still our primary wife, but then again, I mean, this isn't acting against Golbahar in any way, but, you know, maybe we suspect that Golbahar may be bringing us a son, so we're just going to say, can you not pick normal S-Band like everyone else? Is got a few months left. You are always there for me, and I hope you know I'm grateful. Oh, Almadon. Well, you know what? That's what it means to be a guardian. Maybe we'll be friends with the son of our best friend. I have studied the Scythian language for many moons. I personally penned this missive using the Scythian script, a letter of friendship from a speaker of Iranian. I wish for our future diplomatic dealings to benefit us both greatly. Signed, Vali Ali of Hormuz. He has learned Scythian. Well, impressive. Send him my regards. Indeed. Vali Ali the Lewd. Interesting. I scarcely remember what my life was like before Farhana declared her feelings for me. Those days seemed so bleak, so dreary, but with her by my side, everything and anything suddenly seems plausible. I wish we could go on like this forever, but I know I must make my choice. Am I brave enough to give in to my feelings, or should I shut my heart to her forever? If she, you know what, if she had been pregnant or brought us a son before this, I think that we would, but the fact that we're now kind of counting on Golbahar to bring forth an heir, I think that we shall simply say one true love's kiss is all I can give. Indeed, we still hold a level of affection for our life, but I don't know if it's that beating, passionate romance that it could be. I think we do love her and we do care for her, but I don't think it's like we see her as truly the spark, the flame in our life. So we will give her a kiss, but unfortunately, it is not more than the love that one develops for someone after such a time. So we share a kiss, sweet like honey. And, you know, I'm sure we will continue to get along well, and unless, of course, we do supplant her as the primary wife. That might put a stain on things, but it really is it's up to the whims of fate whom our hearts will fall for. We thought we loved a woman long ago, my best, but I mean, she was the one who really turned us a little bit cynical when it comes to matters of love. You look tired, my lord, my jester Kanama says. I know a cure for that. It's called East of Indus. What do you say? Shall we start reading? He beckons me to sit down. It is an amusing text, and I need this break. He even does voices for the characters. Yeah, all right, let's lose some stress here. There we go. That is nice. Appoint a tax collector. Oh. Very well. Aptitude, average, good aptitude. Well, let's get you in charge of that position. Baram. We need the money. We certainly do need the money. Oh, Golbahar bringing us a daughter. Isn't that just charming? I'm sure she will be a good daughter, though. Nazgul? Getting a little Lord of the Rings over here. I'm in the middle of my lessons with Madiha, the daughter of Sheikh Esmail of Bam. And the stifled grin from her gives me cause to suspect she isn't paying any attention. What is it? She's the witch bursts into laughter. Sorry, your accents is just so funny. Perhaps I should teach her rudimentary Scythian. Yeah, you know what? Let's see. We're unable to teach her. Well, you know what? Then you can simply you can go learn from somebody else. She's not our ward, is she? I don't think so. I took another little bit of stress there. Wonderful. So things are, I mean, not necessarily going as well as they could, but oh, what's going on here? Oh gosh. It has been a good while, and now Farhana is pregnant. Maybe she will end up bringing forth the son. Then I'll feel bad for spurning her there, but it has been a good while since I saw my old heartthrob best. Even after all these years, the thought of her as the subject of my childhood infatuation occupies my mind in the midnight hours. She is a woman now. I cannot help but feel myself reaching for my quill when I think of her. Perhaps I have to make my feelings known. I will confess my love. We may become lovers. I must set aside these childish thoughts. Where even is she? I mean, we are obviously not going to... Are we? Are we? I mean, she cheated on us. She ran away. I must set aside these childish thoughts. I mean, this option would potentially add the most drama to things. You know, maybe... I'm tempted to do this. You know what? I'm going to do this. Maybe our character just really had a thing for her and, like, you know, the heartache of it all, but, like, you know, this is how things go sometimes. We'll see. It only says we may become lovers. I profess my love to my best in a letter, and it takes but a few days for her to write back. She feels the same way. I'm overjoyed. You know what? Our character is just, you know, we don't know how to, we know how to manage many things, but perhaps not our heart. I'm overjoyed and simply astounded that our love was able to transcend the folly of our youth and blossom into a mature courtship. How wonderful. So she becomes our lover. Can we invite her back to our court? We cannot, because we recently tried to imprison her. But, you know, perhaps we let bygones be bygones. Indeed. We shall see if our wife brings forth a son here. This is just the drama of us and our wives and our lovers is quite something. I find it highly amusing, certainly. But, oh, Crusader Kings. Desperate Christian lords have persuaded His Holiness Pope Leo to declare his intention of forging a righteous alliance to expel the heathens in the name of St. George. Oh, okay. So they now have access to the Crusades. Not really of major concern to us, but, you know, it may play a role in the future here, so... How far along are you, Farhana? 7 months, so we'll know shortly if she does bring us forth a son. But yeah, I feel bad for Farhana. She really just loves us. Like, you know, we are her person, but perhaps we do not feel that she is ours. So I think that's simply the way that it has gone. We can petition our liege. This could be actually quite helpful. What do we do? Council appointment? Ground to council. Ooh, I like that. I would like to be made... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to petition him. Sponsor priest, fortify borders. Nothing else here seems of particular interest. So we're going to ask for a council seat. There is some danger on the way here. We'll probably hire some... Nope, not mountaineers. Desert. Let's see. Desert warrior. That helps quite a bit. What else do we got? I think this is fine. We'll probably be safe. We'll head out. We'll go and petition the liege for a council appointment if we can get ourselves. We'll let Darab eat it. If we can get ourselves the stewardship position, that would be excellent. Collect tax effectiveness, building costs. I mean, we can potentially get more money from avaricious here, but architect's going to be helpful in building up our capital. So I'm going to take taxman first because that gives us a little bit extra money anyways. And she does actually bring us a son who's a genius and robust. Well, oh, poor Farhana. I actually feel bad as a player for spurning her efforts. I get too deep into this sometime. What are we going to name our son here? Do we name him after our father? Al-Hujir, Salih. I think we name him after our father. No, actually, you know what? Let's name him after the last of the Zoroastrian rulers of this land, which I believe was Rutbil. Indeed, we'll name him Rutbil. I think that's a good name. Lakan, Jimofuta. Yeah, you know what? Rutbil. That was the name of the founder of the dynasty as well. So may you grow to be strong and wise, my son. Who is this? Jalaluddin? We can rest and let him recover. I'm not in a rush to get there. So we finally have a son, and it was the wife that we didn't spurn her, okay? We didn't spurn her. We just couldn't reciprocate the same level of love back. We have love for her, but it's not that deep, passionate love. Nature will provide for us. Yeah, let's forage a bit. I feel like I'm quite capable of that. So Rutbil Kire Nizam. This is an amazing player heir. Genius and robust. This was the entire reason why we married our wife in the first place, with that excellent robust trait. I'm escorted into Amir's throne room, where he beckons me to approach and address him. I elucidate the abilities proven and otherwise that make me a suitable candidate to be his chancellor, requesting the position as his advisor. Couldn't do any worse, indeed. He must refuse our request. My lord, you hear me out. Let's see if we can pull this off. The Emir thinks for a moment and then cries, Madiha, I require your counsel on this matter. The nobly born courtier steps forward eagerly clutching her robe. Yes, a most delicate affair, my lord. Shahzada, the Emir's courtier, watches quietly from the sidelines. Perhaps I could appeal to her diplomatic nature. Having said that, Gamzi has always liked me. Perhaps she would make my case. Let's see. I know the thing to trip her up. Let us go with our best chance. So let's pull off some... He's unconvinced. Wow. So diplomacy failed us. That's unfortunate. As we travel through the scrublands, we see a wayward shrine. We will patronize this local saint. Shuffle around some supplies. Shit, we're going to be late. I'm fine with delaying it for a few days here. A little bit of danger is not something we need to worry about. So we'll go home. We'll see our brand new son. And then we will plan our next move. And I think I know what our next move is going to be here. As we... Ooh, a duel demanded. I am Vahab Bust. I have no interest in you or a fair fight. We don't have a very good chance of winning, but... you know, we will... we will just continue on. He's trampled by our entourage. You know what? You shouldn't get in the way of a swiftly moving caravan here. An inspiring speech might quench their thirst. Indeed. Companions inspired. There we go. Thank Allah. We can go home again. We visit our newborn son, Rutbil, who is going to grow up to be truly an amazing character. And we must plan for the lands, the kingdom that we are going to give him. And to that effect, we are indeed going to declare war against this man here. Holy war for the duchy is not going to be helpful. We will press our claims on the Mars Panate of Ghazna, declare that war. We'll call in our allies. We will prepare our forces in the next episode. So until then, Wanderers, thank you for watching.